My birthday was incredible. I worked. Okay, so anytime you can work during your birthday, that's a blessing. It says guest. Oh, for sure. Accepting my boy coming on board. Buddha, I didn't even know that was there popping off in the streets. Let's see, my special guest popping off. What's up, Buddha? Come on
What's
in.
up?
Buddha from Sipping the Conversation in the building, y'all. Not much, man. Just doing my daily check-in, checking in with everybody, seeing how everybody doing. How you doing today, brother?
No doubt.
Hey,
No
Renee, what's
doubt.
going on? Said I see you trying to join. You said, "What's up, brother?" What you say?
No, I said no doubt, man. I see you.
How your day going so far?
Oh man, it's going all right.
That's
It's
good
going
to
all right,
hear,
big bro. I'm trying to
man.
learn this thing too, man. There we
What you
go.
learn?
There we go.
Oh,
I'm
snaps! You on screen?
imagine that, man. First thing I like to tell you, bro, is happy belated birthday, man. I said it. I sent it to you in the email yesterday, but it's nothing better than to talk to your man in person.
Hey man, I appreciate it. I seen the well wishes on Facebook, man. So thank
Yeah.
you, thank you for that. It was
Mhm.
it was a good day, and got good news. Definitely, I'll be in your area tomorrow.
Oh, that's perfect, man. Perfect.
Yeah,
Uh, I was, I was thinking Thursday, if you're free, we can do something. I'm off all day Thursday.
right. I remember that. I remember that. We definitely gonna have plenty of fun time. Because I'm gonna have to drop off the big dog. I need to drop off the big dog. I'm probably gonna need you to take us in town if you don't mind. If you got the ability to do so.
Okay.
All right, yeah. Gotta get ready for Beyonce.
Oh
What's up?
yeah. Beyonce,
LYS.
huh?
You said what, brother?
Said Beyonce, huh? You going to
Yeah,
Cowboy
man.
Carter? Cowboy Carter's is that the concert name? Cowboy Carter,
Yeah,
like that.
Cowboy Carter come to the South, brother, and
Okay.
saying goodbye to Walmart today. So I'm in my Walmart gear.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, I'm definitely gonna be heading back our way. So we can go ahead and check this out and see how things going.
For sure.
But we gotta go ahead and plug you in, let the people know. I know I got 3 people watching, including you, but people keep watching the later broadcast, man. But definitely
Yeah.
plug in your information so they can go ahead and check you out. And keep
Oh.
the good times going.
Hey man, my name is Buddha from Sipping the Conversation One. Uh, it's a 3-part series because John Lee from 1983
That's
is
right.
another one of our I like to say stable mates of the what the people say podcast. I've been in podcasting quite a long time. I haven't really got no traction, but this guy here is showing me the way. See how that works?
We learning together. We learning together, and we doing it together. That's right.
Exactly,
That's
exactly,
my partner
exactly.
in crime with what the people say. And
Hmm.
thank whoever gave that heart. Definitely appreciate it. Yeah, man. TikTok been having me. It's weird when you got to go in your settings and see all the stuff how they got it set up. But like yesterday, they was like, I dare you to um try to get 3 people to send you 3 roses. Like it didn't happen, but it doesn't stop the goal. And I think the thing is, like we talk about, one of the biggest things we can do is just be consistent. As long as we
Right.
consistent, then we have a chance. When we inconsistent, then we just take away
Hmm.
all the traction.
Right.
So live and learn, man. But I can't wait for them to get up and see us what the people say when we all get together. It's a 3-part act. It's me, Buddha, and Baby. And when we get to going, we get to going, and we just gonna leave it at that.
Oh yeah, man. It's a good time, but more importantly, it's educational. Stuff that we all go through. Everyday people, we go through these things, and we like to talk about it.
Man.
So that whatever the thing may be, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, you know what? Real talk. That's that one thing that I do admire and I do enjoy is that, just everyone coming about and just talking, right? Instead of just like having it on your chest, just being able to talk. In a way, we talk more than we talk on the phone. Like we will call each other up. But when
Yeah,
me and you do our dialogue for the most part, we doing it in a live settings and having authentic dialogue with each other, right, brother?
absolutely, man. That's what it's all about, bro. It's all each one teach one, man. The only way we're gonna get somewhere in life, man, is we find a way and find common ground with each and everybody, you know. And as a culture, um, you got to figure out a way to love each other,
That's right.
and not just your family, your blood, and your friends. You got to figure it out a way to make this a communal thing, right? So everybody can go in the right direction.
It on a human level, where it's more than just
Exactly.
like you said, kin folks. We love our kin folks, but even with me talking to people that I see just randomly. What's up, John Cartel, 1987? Thank you for being part of our live. But yeah, man, I think that's funny you said that. Cause there's still times where there's something that was said to me not too long ago where it's like I'm always going to be pro black, but I'm still an American. Like I had someone looking at me the other day, and they see I had like an American fanny pouch, and I'm like, yeah, don't get it twisted. Like I'm pro black, but I'm a black American, and that American part is real for me. You know what I'm saying? Like I
Right.
got the melting pot. You know what I'm saying? I mess with everyone. Everyone's cool in my books, but sometimes we have, we got to catch the vibe first.
Right.
Sometimes
Right.
if we don't
Right.
catch that vibe, then we can be standoffish.
Yeah, I agree.
And I'm trying
Catching
to,
it out
and I'm
for
trying
sure.
to get my bad. Go ahead, brother.
Well, I mean, I want to switch gears a little bit. I want to ask you a question.
All right.
You know, so marriage, right?
Uh huh.
What you feel was the toughest lesson you had to learn in your marriage up to thus far?
Ooh, that's a good one. I'm still actively doing it. It's ah man, the hardest thing I had to learn how to do um unconditional. Learn how
Ooh,
to love unconditional
ooh,
because loving unconditional without conditions has taken this brother some time to really process. What about
man,
you?
that's a that's the
What's up,
answer,
baby?
man. Um,
Baby done popped up on here. Hey, baby.
um, the hardest lesson I think. I mean, you hit it on the head, unconditional love, man. But I think having kids, you kind of in one sense, you kind of already have that for your kids. But when you're talking about another person that didn't grow up with you, and you got to learn this person over time,
Hmm.
um, unconditional love is a tough tough one to have for any human being. And that's something I'm learning every day. Learning how to love your spouse, your mate, no matter what they got going on outside of you. You know what I'm saying? If you agree to be a partner with that person, um, and committed to it, honor your commitment if you can. You know, sometimes things happen out of the scope of who you are, and you have to look at yourself and say, do I love myself more than I love the situation? So for me, to answer your question, is figuring out ways to love other people more than I love myself. If that makes sense. To give them the space to grow, and me the space to grow with them. It's a word they call compersion. That is something that I'm trying to learn every day. Right, learning how to be happy, be okay with somebody else's happiness when it doesn't revolve or center around you.
Oh, thank you, baby, for the gift. No, no doubt, no doubt. No, I was going to sit there and say to add more to that unconditional, like you said and said, when you got kids, you're having kids, you naturally, I think reactive, right? I think
Mm-hmm.
loving a child reactively, unconditionally, is something like for me
Mm-hmm.
was part of it because it was something I was missing as a kid. Like not
Right.
feeling like my parents' love was unconditional, it was conditional. So me,
Right.
I always wanted to love on my girls to the point where it was like osmosis. It just naturally happened. It wasn't even something I had to think about. But the
Mm-hmm.
challenging part was when my wife confronted me and said, our love is conditional. You are a transactional to do. Like if I do something for you, you're willing to do it for me. But if I don't do something for you, you will withhold it from me. And when I was able to see it for myself, it was a game changer because it didn't like change overnight. And it's still not like smooth, right? By
Mm-hmm.
any measure. But it's something daily I have to practice is loving outside of conditions. And here's another kicker to it. Separating the issue from the person.
Woo! Man, that's tough.
It's
That's tough. That's tough. Yeah, but back to I want to go back to the children part. You
hmm
know, in marriage. I think another hard thing to do, or a hard thing we have to go through when you marry somebody, is if you marry somebody and they already have a family, like they have children of their own, and now you're coming in as a as your own entity, trying to, as a man, trying to be the head or be the authority figure in their lives as well, right? And
right.
how do you navigate those waters when they're not little kids? You know, they may be, you know, preteens to teenagers, and they got a mom that's been in their lives their whole lives. And as a man, you coming in, and they got you got to figure out a way to get those children to respect you like their mother does. You know what I'm saying? That is tough. That's something we don't really talk about as men coming into a already made family. You know,
Heavy,
how that
heavy.
may affect you, not just you personally, but your own family. If you have kids of yourself, you know, I've been in that situation before. I have my own children, and they felt, and they expressed to me like, hey, listen, I felt like you treat these kids, their kids, her kids better than you treated me, and now I gotta I gotta step back and realize like, am I really doing
But
this?
you know, and with knowing because we have a personal relationship outside of this online. With knowing you, I would sit there and say this, right? It, it's all opinion, right? Because
Mhm.
I got a unique situation. I got one that live in the house, one that don't live in the house, right?
Right,
So you're going to tell me that the one that live in the house is now treated better than the one that lives outside the house? I mean, you can make the argument, right? Because
right,
all you have to do is take the data and separate it and make it fit your narratives, right? You
absolutely.
can very much so say that my oldest doesn't get the same amount of attention as my youngest does.
Hmm.
But here's the thing, right? Every child is in a different phase, right? Every child has different needs, right?
Hmm.
My oldest left the house. My oldest is still loved, right? But my oldest is no longer in the nest. You know what I'm saying? She's flapping her wings. She's living her life. You get what I'm saying?
I got it.
So I guess what I'm sitting there saying is like in their eyes, they're saying, "Hey, you do these kids better than you do your kids." But the reality of the situation is, hey, if I had my kids or my kids came to me, my job as a father is to provide food, shelter, and education. So I'm going to
Hmm.
provide for my child, but if my child feels more comfortable being with you because of the comfort that you have provided them, and they don't want to come out to me, then what can I do? Then yeah, you're gonna make that distinction because based upon where you're at and how you interact with our child and the influence that you have on our child, you're leaving me on the outside looking in, and you're just looking, saying something without really knowing all that you put it to you like this. If my baby mama came to me and said, the same situation hypothetically, right? You
Right.
doing for one and you not doing for the other one. It's no different than my nieces and my nephews. My nieces and nephews are with me. I treat them like my kids, right? And I love on them. But that's
Right.
when they're with me. If they're not with me, then our relationship is based upon their desire. If they call me and they return my phone call, my daughter know. If I call her, hey, return my phone call. If you don't return my phone call, I'm not going to trip. But that's the extent of our relationship, because if I'm not a factor where you have to factor me in, like I'm
Mm-hmm.
factoring you in, you're making it tough.
You're right.
Because our influence is not just monetary. Physically, yes. But as a man, I know I can get on the phone and be very encouraging to my kids from
Mm-hmm.
afar. And if they got
Right.
a situation, I can work the problem out from afar. I don't always have to be present with you physically to be there. And you might not need that, because you might already have what you need to be great. And you just probably might need the reassurance from me. So,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I think like in my situation, I mean this is personal, but in my situation, I had to learn that my presence was much needed more in my daughter's lives than the thinking I could be armchair parent. You know, allow the mother to do the things that she needed to do and to take care of our children. And then for me, since we couldn't be together and we couldn't get that together, I thought I could be the same father or I could still do the same things out with our children out and didn't have to be in the house.
mhm.
I think I learned that my presence was forever needed, and I should have fought more to be in their lives than I did. No shade to their mom. Their mom was a good mother, but our relationship, meaning my children and our relationship, was the ones that suffered. And today, even today, they look at me like I'm an outsider, but they also know that I'm dad too, and I'll do whatever they need. So over the last few years, I've been trying to build a relationship with them, and in that wake, I build a stronger relationship with my partner's children. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Every day they show me the love, and they give me her children give me the drive to understand that I was actually a good person. So depression is a thing, and not understanding how like the world works in certain aspect when it's in your own backyard, or how to deal with the world when it's coming to you full force in your own backyard is a thing.
It is.
Um, you can go out here and you can give all this great good advice to the world, and then your whole backyard could be in chaos, right? And how can you be a face of a community when your shit ain't together in so many words, right? And so and so those were tough times for me, and just
But
sharing my story.
I got a word for you, right? Because you see, I can't let my brother kick himself, because at the same time, I was there. My kids, I was a single father, and I raised
Hmm.
them as their dad. But you
Yeah.
know what? I was not spared from the decisions our children make, right?
Hmm.
I was still impacted, right? Because like you said, complete opposite spectrum. I fought for my girls. I took custody of my girls. I struggled with having my children, right?
Hmm.
And yet and still, I faced adversity. I faced disappointment.
Right.
And I think the biggest thing is, with everything said, is that at the end of the day, you have to be okay with forgiving yourself from being human.
Oh yeah.
You know, at the end of the day, no matter if you have a mom and dad in the house, that doesn't unscathe you from situations in life where you have to learn from trial and error.
Well, yeah, agree.
I mean, we can have flawless examples and try to do everything to a T like they did, right?
Hmm.
But they have different tangibles than us. Not
Right.
we're not going to live our parents' life. So the point I'm making is what I had to do when I looked like and I felt like a bad father, I felt like a horrible father that I could have done more, that I didn't do more. I had to give myself grace, bro.
Yeah.
I no, I had to give myself grace because the adversity I was up against and what I was challenged with was enough to make a grown man fall to his knees.
Right.
And I'm still here. At the end of the day, I think that's what they could take more than anything is that when you sat down and you did not react and you became proactive, this is you now saying that, hey, in spite of everything that you could say and what's been documented and what you see, I'm here right now.
Hmm.
And that's in spite of what you know. And I have a willingness with a can do attitude. What they gonna say about that?
Well, I mean, eventually, with my children, they'll be, well, I love you, Dad. Eventually, I mean,
That's
they
the
say that
goal.
sometimes now, but
But that's a good goal to have, and
that's
you got to
it.
work towards that goal. But at the end of the day, it's like you sit there and said, "Hey, I'm present. You
Right.
can call me. I'm gonna pick up the phone."
Absolutely.
And no matter what happens in life, as you get older in life, listen. You might feel uncomfortable, but it might be meant for you to have this walk with me now in adulthood where you need the guidance and wisdom. Dad, tell me what these dudes about. What's really going on right here? Well, baby girl, I can give it to you because
Hmm.
I was a byproduct of those streets for a long time, and I've done. If my girls ever ask me a question about a guy, I think I can give them a sound answer while entertaining them and say, "Hey, this is how some guys think because your dad thought like this
Yeah.
for a long time."
Long time.
So there's still more to give. That's all I can sit there and say, brother. There's still so much more you have to give,
Hmm.
and you can't let the past define you. I know certain people want to hold our past and hold the receipts and make
Oh
themselves
man.
feel better about their situation, and that's cool. Whatever you need, but at the end of the day, I don't have to respond to your negative energy. Like when I was in Florida, there was a situation with someone who never met me, but met me through a relationship that I have with someone else, and their disposition based upon me and that person being on the outs. Oh, they don't look at me in a positive way at all. Still to this day. In fact,
Wow.
they try to pump their chest up at me. They try to pump their chest at me when I was over at their house, and I just showed them. I showed them, the grace and mercy that's been given to me. I walked
Hmm.
away and said, "Listen, I'm not here for this, and I'm gonna walk away." Now, the old me would have probably responded differently, but that's how I could see old versus new. In the new version of me, I like walked away, took the L, humbled myself, and at the end of the day, that's that. I don't have to interact more. You showed yourself, and I'm gonna leave you where you at. But I conducted myself in front of my child the way that my child needed to see me, and I didn't respond emotionally because you disrespected me. And letting my daughters see that versus anything else is what
Right.
I'm on because I think that is more so what they need to see versus um the behavior I used to show. And that's why I'm just sitting there saying, your daughters, everything's going to work itself out the way it needs to work itself out. And I know you as a brother that I do know, you're a good guy. And them girls that you got with your boo thing, they love you. They
Yeah.
respect you. And like you said, reach one, teach one. And
Hmm.
that development and that interaction with your significant others, girls,
Yeah.
gonna help you become a better version of you for your girls?
Yeah, yeah, I hope so. I mean, I've been doing the work though. Hope the work is panning out. I mean, that's thanks for the words of wisdom and kindness, man. I appreciate it.
No problem, man. Thank you for being on this broadcast, brother. Like I said, I'm just trying to keep that 25-minute algorithm going. And
Ah,
when I seen this screen, I was like, oh, this is cool. Actually, we need to get everyone on this, and we need to do one with all the fellas and have our little powwow. I think that would be dope to have it in this environment if you guys elect to, in addition to the other environments we talked about as well.
yeah, sure, for sure, for sure.
But either or, let me know. And man, listen, man, you off the hot seat, brother, and we definitely top it up soon.
For sure. I don't even know how to get off this thing. I guess I
So
hit that
it's
next
up there
up
to
there.
the top right. All right,
I got
everyone.
you.
We'll check you guys out later.
All
Peace.
right, big dog.
All right, later.
Mm.